Yep. Wind's coming out of the south. So I'll be going that way. Alright, every now and then, when I just need to get out of the house, either just minor stir crazy or major stress, don't really have anything to do, can't find anything within my price range to do, I'll just check to see which direction the wind's blowing, and I'll just go. Let's go for a drive. And that's what I'm doing today. Checked the wind direction, and it said it was blowing south. Now look at that flag right there. It's kind of whipping around south-southwest. But when I checked it said south, so it was, whoops, sorry. So it was coming out of the south, blowing north. So I was going to go north for a while. And there's nothing new to the north to me. But I thought some of you guys might enjoy seeing this. As a matter of fact, that house right up there where the red pickup is sitting, that's one of the houses that I lived in as I was growing up. We moved there my junior year of high school. And it was pretty cool. The high school was right across the street here. It looks a little different than it did when I went to school, but that's Nocona High School, so that was kind of convenient. My first class was shop class, which the shop building was just right across, like literally catty corner from our house, and right there where my bedroom is at. I could wait until the 5-minute bell rang and then just walk across the street and I was in class. So I'll just show you some of those fascinating little bits. I'm sure your life is better now that you know that. That is the former home of Lyndall O'Neill, a local businessman who he's one of those guys who started off rebuilding radiators in his own garage, and then ended up being one of the richest guys in town. I used to live right across the street from him. They're on near the elementary school, and he moved out here. All that land was his. He's since passed away. But, pretty interesting little thing. Somebody, I'm thinking it's Amy from What the Paranormal. I think she's got a video of the Von Erichs riding four-wheelers out here on this land. So apparently he knew the Von Erich somehow or another. Right up there at that flashing light, if you keep going straight, you'll eventually you'll pass Prairie Valley School. It's a small school out here. And you'll eventually get to Spanish Fort, which if you watch our Spanish Fort investigation video, that's out that way. But I think there are ways that you can keep going, but it's kind of a rough way to go. I'm going to make a right at the flashing light and go out towards the lake and go that way. That's just basically the way I do this. The wind direction gets me started, and then I just kind of go whichever way I have to go. And then right here at the flashing light, if I can take just a second, there was a horrible crash here once. A guy named Reese was on a motorcycle, stopped there at the flashing light. And I came down this road, of course, going toward the flashing light, and rear-ended him and killed him right there at that crossroad. And for years, of course, he was a biker. For years, his friends would come out here, and they would have once a year, they'd have a party out here at the lake they called Reese's Revenge. And locally, we just kind of called it the Harley Party. But of course, years have gone by, and most of those guys have now, they're either too old to still party, or they've passed on as well. I know his brother passed away, Royce. He passed away not long lot of people had some misconceptions about that, about Race's Revenge, but there were fights and stuff that started out there, but the funny thing is, it was usually the locals that started the fights. Give you a look at Lake Nocona. Hopefully that wind's not blowing too hard. Which, it's kind of nice to see the lake at a decent level. It was getting bad there for a while, a few years ago. And then we got, after what seemed like years of no rain, it's like we got it all at once in like a week's time. I'll have to show you some of those pictures where, you know, I went out one week and took pictures, and it was just depressing, and then like a week later it was higher than hell. Matter of fact, the water would have been right up about here after that week. This is where they had the Reese's Revenge, those Oak Shores. All of this would have been covered with tents, cars, motorcycles. They put up a stage. I would tell you more stories about the Harley party, but we kind of had it was kind of an unwritten rule. What happens at the Harley party stays at the Harley party. Okay, we're here at the Red River and Tayavaya's Memorial Bridge. This is named after a tribe of Indians that were in the area here along the Red River, out around Spanish Fort in that area. Pretty small tribe. They were the long before the Alamo, Santa Ana actually got this far north, and it was the Tayavayas that whipped his ass and sent him back. That's the whole reason Spanish Fort is called Spanish Fort. Is when white settlers first came to the area, they found all these Mexican artifacts, you know, like little cannon and stuff like that, and they figured it was where a Spanish Fort used to be, and no, that's just where the Spanish ran into the Tayavayas. I'll give you a look to that side. The river's a little bit low, but that is definitely not as low as I have ever seen it. Okay, let me go ahead and get out, show you the other side. Hopefully the wind's not blowing too hard. I wanted to get this shot in particular because back when we had the drought going, came out here and took pictures of how low it was, and then like I say, a week later it was water way the heck back over that way. But this is the Red River that splits this part of Texas and Oklahoma. Matter of fact, there's a car coming from Texas. Right out there is Oklahoma. As I remember back in the 80s when they were pushing to build this bridge and talking about the economic boom Nocona was going to get. And so yeah, I think we get a few people coming over from Oklahoma to buy beer, but that's about it. So we come to our first decision. Ain't no telling. I think I've gone down that straight ahead before, and it don't lead to nothing. Left takes us to Ryan, Oklahoma, eventually. Right takes us to Marietta, Oklahoma, eventually. Heads to the right and tails to the left. Heads to the right. And of course, our selection leads us right into road work. That figures. Well, he escaped Thanksgiving. So this is Leon, Oklahoma. Just in case you ever wondered. I had a mail woman giving me a dirty look just then. Oh, no, that's cool. Let's get out and take a look at this place. Alright, pull up. Like I say, I don't want to snoop too much because, like I say, for those of you that live in other parts of the country, it's not beyond somebody around here to shoot first and ask questions later. Doesn't look like it's been used lately. I thought I was going to have trouble there because them were two big old boys. Oh. Stuff like this is normally not part of my just follow the wind thing. I don't know how well you can see. It looks like it's probably a little store or something. I don't know if I can get in there or not. There. That's a crutch. Like some old cassette tapes. Phase music. No cash register. I guess it's probably an old business. There's a cash register. Mattresses. Actually, I pulled up, stopped, got out, started the camera, and that tow truck driver that got in front of me earlier, it took no time for somebody to pull over. Hey, what are you doing? But they seemed to take my answer of just looking around, thought it was an interesting old building, so I thought I'd stop and take a look, and they just kind of laughed. That's Tuesday, I got nothing else to do. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot to see anyway. Because I guess if they were that concerned with it, they'd... Yeah, okay, yeah, this was a business of some kind, because you can see there's where the cigarettes would have been. Okay, like I said, this is usually stuff like this is not part of my just follow the wind. But since I got the video camera in my hand, more crutches. I wonder if there's some kind of like a, well, it seems like it was kind of a convenience store, but maybe they sold crutches too. I don't know. Okay, you are now leaving Leon, Oklahoma. Thought that was pretty funny. Cows. Little town probably doesn't have 50 people living in it. And 3 of them got suspicious the second I hit the city limits. Wilson, Oklahoma, hometown of Chuck Norris. Definitely ready for Christmas in Wilson. Not a whole lot going on downtown Wilson, Oklahoma on a Tuesday afternoon. town just big enough for you to get in trouble in. So I don't know what this place was. I don't know if I've ever seen that. They've torn the whole building down, but we still got linoleum. It's a pretty neat little mural that they got there on that building. Trains and all, and Chuck Norris. Okay, so we got another decision to make. Right goes towards Ardmore, and left, I forget where left goes. Got quarterback out. Heads to the right, tails to the left. Tails to the left. That's one I can't remember, so that's a good choice. Okay, this is, and I have no idea if I'm pronouncing this right or not, Zanius, Oklahoma? Zanus? I wanted to at least get a quick shot of something in Zanus because I have a little game, little travel game that I do. I have it's called the Boots on the Ground game. And it's, can you come up with a city that you've been in for every letter of the alphabet? Like, for instance, I'm from Nokonis, obviously I've got N covered. And I've been to Wichita Falls, so I got a W. Arlington's my A. I've got several other ones. I've been to Waxahachie and been to several A's. But can you come up with at least one city for every letter in the alphabet? I have every letter now but X and U. X is going to be a tough one because there's only two in the United States, and they're both called Xenia. One's in Ohio and one's in Illinois. But that was my Z, Zanus, or however you say it. And I just stumbled across it. I was just up at one of those follow the wind things and didn't even know it was there. And boom, there it is. And like I say, part of the rule is you can't just pass through. Like for instance, Paris, Texas. I've driven through Paris, Texas twice, but I never stopped. So that doesn't count. You have to, boots on the ground. You have to have actually stopped there and gotten out of your vehicle. And that's all it really takes is, you're stopping most places. But didn't really have any reason to stop there, but I stopped, just got out, walked around a little bit. That way I could technically get my Z. Mexican food. Are they open? It's kind of hard to tell if they're open or not. I'm going to turn around here and see if that Mexican place back there is open. If they are, I may stop there and get something to eat. It doesn't look like they have just a quick grab it and go burger place or anything like that. There's the sheriff's vehicle. Sheriff coming up. I'm going to go ahead and shut this off. Well, they seem to be drawing a lot of attention today. So, half the town of Leon giving me the eye, and then I had a sheriff's deputy up there that seemed to be circling me like a buzzard. Well, the Mexican food place closed on Tuesday, of all things. I don't really get that, open on Monday but closed on Tuesday. That's something I do want to show you. I actually remember being through Ringling before. And there's another cop. They're drawn like flies to poo. that might be why. Police station right there. There's another place got really cool murals on the wall. This one goes, this is a big building. Big one. And then right across the street. See there, the high school mascot is called the Blue Devils. Good news, the laundromat is now open. Okay, guess I'll go that way for a while. So I'm not sure exactly what highway I'm on right now, but gonna get ready to turn around and go back Highway 53. I do want to do one thing. I have not done this myself, but there is a place called Magnetic Hill in Springer, Oklahoma. We're going to go check that out real quick. Gotta make a right-hand turn. And show you more nothing. Coming up on it somewhere up here. I don't know if that's supposed to be Magnetic Hill right there. Got vultures in the road. Yeah, there you go. That one fella didn't want to leave his dinner. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Shoo-wee, that must have been a skunk. I guess I'll try it right here. Go ahead and get down to the bottom of the hill, because if you go too far, you're going uphill again. So you can tell right here we're still kind of going downhill. Should be. Looks like somebody drew a line there. I don't know if maybe that's the. I'm gonna assume that's the line where you're supposed to start. Okay, right here, put it in neutral, and it's supposed to pull you up. Well, kiss my ass. $5 miles an hour. I'm not touching the gas pedal. The wind's blowing pretty hard, so you may hear some whistling there. That's all that is. Okay, slowing down now. Well, that's bizarre. I'm sure there's some kind of explanation for it, but like I say, again, I don't know about I saw something about the force of an airplane crash. I don't know about that, but okay, let's do that again. Again. I'll go ahead and go down a little farther this time. I won't stop at the line. Looks like there's still a little bit of room there to. And we're still going downhill at the moment. Because if you go too far, you end up starting uphill. Okay, I think this is probably pretty good. So let's go ahead and. Holy crap! Up over about 7 miles an hour. So it gets you so far, and then you feel it just kind of giving up. It's slowing down right by these trees here. And that's it. Well, that was pretty neat, actually, once I figured out what the hell I was supposed to do. Like I say, it wasn't like a great force or anything. Got it up over 5 miles an hour anyway, going backwards uphill. So that was pretty neat. Springer's not too far from I-35. I can get on that and go on through, take I-35 on into Gainesville and then head home. I got to get something to eat. I stopped at got something out of a little convenience store deli to hold me over, but I'm a big guy. It ain't gonna hold me for very long. I'll show you. It gets so hot in the summertime, we gotta put them big fans out. Well, I hope you enjoyed coming with me on my little follow the wind thing. It's just something, I usually do it on a Sunday. I think that's why there's a lot more people out during the week, and I think maybe that's why I was getting some strange looks. You go to these little towns where everybody knows each other, and it's kind of like Leon. That's why I shut the camera off. Them two guys come pulling up. They were pretty big guys. I didn't know I was going to have to fight my way out of that one. Cows. Well, in case you never get to see Springer, Oklahoma for yourself, one of the few places you will find a payphone. Yes, kids, that's a payphone. You put money in it, and it makes a phone call. For me right now, I'm going to go into one of Springer's finer eating establishments, the Springer Food Mart, and grab me a bite to eat. Let's get to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.